Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise. I am your host, longtime listener. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment below as in this episode we have the draft. It's 2022. We were the best team in baseball last year, so we're picking last in this one. Ultimately, our goal for the first couple rounds is to get guys that are not only already pretty good, but also have at least B potential so that we know they're going to be pretty good ball players for us for a long time. In the first round, we got this guy, a left-handed hitting outfielder. Wasn't really looking for outfielders, but he's a 65 overall, pretty good pop, decent glove. The contact and the plate skills need to come up a little bit, but he's an 80 potential, and we scouted him all the way, so that should be pretty solid. And at 20 years old, don't see anything else that stands out any better than that. So it is going to be Jose Barrera with our first pick of the draft. Then we get a pick in the competitive balance round, I think because we lost Jeimer Candelario last season in the Rule 5 draft. And with that one, we are actually going to look at Roger Golson, a left-handed throwing starting pitcher. He's decent looking ratings already, good stamina, nothing that's really bad on that list, and also an 80 potential, although we didn't scout him all the way. But that's who we're going with our pick there in the competitive balance round. Now on to round two. See what we have here. We're going to sort by when they expect to be major league ready. Let's see. Relief pitchers are not necessarily what we're after, but that looks like it's all that's there. Here's Jose Colon, lefty, pretty good stuff. C potential, maybe B potential at 75, but not scouted all the way. I don't think we're going to get much better than that. Nobody else that looks like they're going to be, prepared for the big leagues anytime soon. But let's sort here by potential. He's just not anywhere near major league ready, unfortunately. We've got another starter there. We don't want to take another starter, though. So there's Colon. So that's who it's going to be. He's 24 years old, which I'm not crazy about, but that'll beef up our bullpen options a little bit more, which is never a bad thing. Now on to round three. This is where it starts to get dicey because you're not really going to have guys that are good ball players and have lots of potential. So really what we kind of start looking for at this stage is guys that, I think could maybe make an impact at the major league level in a few years, but realistically, we want ball players. They want guys that can play right now. If they make our major league or our minor league teams better, then the guys around them can thrive. So if I've got guys at AA or AAA that are high potential, trying to develop, if everyone else around them is performing, morale goes up and everybody gets ratings boost is kind of my approach. So anyway, here's Phil Diaz, a relief pitcher. I don't really want a relief pitcher, but it seems like that's all that's sitting here in terms of the skill set for now. So this guy, right-handed, got a 4-pitch mix, and he's a 70 potential. So we see what we get out of him. Now on to round 4. And I'm sure it's going to get even more and more thin as we go down here. So I'd be lucky if I have anybody. Okay, I still have a few guys that I've scouted at least. But mostly pitchers, unfortunately, and nobody that's a position player that looks to be any good. This guy's got 70 potential rating. This guy is a 70 overall. Starting pitcher Benito Becerra. His primary pitch is a cutter, which is kind of not ideal, but he's a lefty, which I always like. He's got good stamina, pretty decent hits per 9 and walks per 9. So we're going to take him and hope that he's, at least a C potential. We'll see what we get out of him. Now round 5. Look, there's still somebody that we've scouted, but another closer. He's not very high on the potential list. So how about this guy? Another reliever, but an 80 potential, 4-pitch mix, and he looks like he's not that bad. So we'll just take a flyer on him. Didn't scout him at all, so that could be a complete bust. But in rounds 5 and 6, you just kind of don't necessarily know what you're going to get. Now we only got 5 players left, 4 pitchers and a position player. I'm not taking another pitcher. So we are going to go with Ray Alvarado. Looks like he's absolutely terrible, but that's it for the draft. Let's go look and see what we got now in terms of their overall ratings and what their potential looks like. So we go to sign draft picks. Barrera is a B potential. The contact is about where we would have expected it. The pop is pretty good. Again, he plays pretty good defense. He actually runs fairly well. And he's durable. And at 20 years old, within a couple of years, this is a guy that I could see being, a DH or platooning in the outfield, especially if he has a couple of good years in the minors. And he's an 89 in terms of his potential, so he's right there on the cusp of an A. Same with Roger Golson, also 89, although he's a 65 overall, which is a little bit down, but at 22 years old, he's going to have some time to develop because we got lots and lots of starting pitching in the major league ranks that's probably not going anywhere for a while. He's going to need to work on his his Ks per nine, walks per nine, but ultimately this guy is not that bad of a pitcher. At Double A, he should thrive, have a couple of good seasons there, and then start working his way up towards the majors. So we'll give him a 1-year, $120K deal. Jose Colon, also an 87 potential, so pretty close to an A. And the lefty, looking what he's got here, nothing that's really bad. All of his ratings are pretty solid. Would like the hits per nine to come up a little bit, but at 24 years old, hopefully within a couple of years, he's a guy that we can plug into the bullpen as maybe a middle reliever. Phil Diaz, a C potential, which isn't terrible. 74, he's kind of right in the mix. So he's a 65 overall, nothing too flashy there. Bechera, he's a 66 overall, but a D potential and a low D at that. So not expecting a whole lot out of this guy, but he's going to give us depth at the Double A level. So we'll be happy to sign him to a short-term contract. And then we will have Kurt Heller. This is the guy that we didn't scout at all. Turns out to be a C potential and a 61 overall. Right-handed reliever, 20 years old, 4-pitch mix. His walks per nine are a challenge, and that's usually bad for this game in terms of just consistency. But another guy that's going to get a minor league contract. We'll keep him around for a little while and see how he does. And then Ray Alvarado is just awful. We are not even going to sign him. So guys, that is going to do it for this episode. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.